Meantime today, Texas farmers, local leaders, and local farm leaders gathered to discuss export trade. Farmers for Free Trade, a nonprofit organization, made a stop in Corpus Christi today to discuss the matter. It's all in part to convince Congress to quickly pass a replacement for the North American Free Trade Agreement, also known as NAFTA. Congress is soon considering the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, which will replace NAFTA and set new rules that guarantees Texas farmers access to Mexico and Canada. And some local farmers tell us it doesn't just apply to them.
This is trade among other industries, autos, appliances, and all those other things that go back and forth between China, Mexico, Canada, and the U.S.
So far, the Pennsylvania-based organization has traveled to 15 states. They tell 3 News they will continue to travel until Congress passes the USMCA. Now,